I'm Sunil Shetye. I'm an author of Soul Journey of Human Being book. I'm a life coach and healer. Today, 21st June 2021, on the occasion of Yoga Day, I would like to brief you on the yoga. I would like to share the information which I have with my 25 years of meditation practice with all of you. I will not be sharing yoga postures or I will not be sharing, how the specific asanas and all that. But definitely, I will give you a brief on what is yoga means, how it is useful, and what exactly happens with your, physical as well as consciousness world. All of you are aware, yoga was first mentioned in the ancient sacred text called Rig Veda. And ancient yogi Patanjali presented yoga with Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. People who attain advancement in a spirituality, it's called yogi in Hinduism. People who incorporate yoga in their daily practices for their spiritual awakening and advancement is called Hatha Yogi. What exact benefits we're getting by doing yoga broadly are, which yoga you attain advancement in your spiritual path. Yoga helps regulate, cleanse, build your etheric energy and maintain your physical body. In yoga, you do various postures and asanas and breathing patterns. By doing this, various parts of your physical and consciousness are activated, energized, and evolves. To understand yoga, we need to understand our human body structure, which exists in physical material world. And we need to understand our consciousness existence also, which is basically inbuilt into our physical body. We don't have just a physical body. Our physical body represent us in this material world, and that is our existence in this world. However, it only acts as a physical part of biochemical substances, has skeletons, nerves, brain, and supportive parts that moves and do all the material world activities. Do note that our physical body is driven, governed, and controlled by consciousness bodies and other consciousness parts that exist with our physical body. Our actual personality, character, principles, and everything representing our identity in this world are governed by these consciousness bodies and consciousness elements of our bodies. We exist in a consciousness world and represented by our physical body. Remember this. Our physical body houses three consciousness bodies that carry our consolidated personality. It has got our principles, memories, experiences, mindset, attitude, belief, and logic built so far from our past. Today's personality exists in these three consciousness body as the etheric body, emotional, that is our astral body, and mental body. These bodies are in the form of matter, or you can say a substance. They exist in the form of matter, which needs to convert into a form that can start and run as our current personality. This matter is converted by other consciousness parts called chakras, seven major chakras we have as such, and several mini chakras, and three meridians. Those three meridians are Ida, Pingla, and Sushmana as a central nerves, and all these three meridians are connected to 72,000, total nerves in our body. All this consciousness represents us in our is represent us as our personality. This personality is being energized by the alchemy that originates from our gonad as a primary source of energy and in the form of kundalini as a divine source of energy. So we have two energy sources in our body. One is a primary energy source, and the secondary is our Kundalini energy source. Kundalini energy source is basically activated in a very far advanced stage. As I said, we exist in this physical world with a present personality that is present in the consciousness form. We changes based on our journey. Everyone has a unique personality. This personality, which is in the consciousness form, makes your physical representation in this material world. This personality journey and its evolvement, its steps, its landmark changes are being, you know, revealed in my book, Soul Journey of Human Being. Our entire consciousness world that exists with a physical body is invisible to us. I call it as the elements, or I call it as the consciousness parts. This is because this consciousness exists in a different domain, and we do not have any mechanism device in this physical world that demonstrate those things to us. However, our consciousness bodies act as a device that can evolve as an interface to the consciousness domain. With this development, we merge into the consciousness domain. If you see the yoga meaning, yoga means union. This is how the union happens by our advanced development, and we unite with our higher self or divinity. Let's understand in detail what exactly yoga does that reflects in our physical and consciousness world. Yoga triggers three things. And the first thing is physical body movements, or it is basically related to your physical body. You know, your organs involved, your the movements of your all parts of body involved actually. So, for example, you are doing some kind of leg exercise, you're raising the legs, or doing various kind of asanas, postures. Your eyes, your neck, every shoulder, everything is basically involved, and basically you do a physical movement during that time. Even you may remain silent also in some of the yoga postures, but then you basically your physical parts are involved. The second thing of the yoga is the breathing patterns. So various breathing patterns are designed in yoga. Those breathing patterns basically involves your physical as well as consciousness you know parts. As I mentioned, consciousness parts are meridians, then your chakras, and your alchemize. So this breathing patterns, various breathing patterns, try to balance your breathing, try to bring your energy upward. So all those permutations and combinations are being done. For example, there is one yoga which is basically related to your nostrils, alternate nostrils kind of yoga you are doing it. So you take the uh, air from one nostril and blow it out from the another nostril, and take the air from the another nostril and blow it from the first nostril. So during this time, basically you are balance, trying to balance the yin yang. This yin yang present in your out of three meridians, the two meridians ida and pingla, which are activated with everyone. Sushma is activated in a far advanced stage, so we'll not be discussing about the Sushma right now. But by this kind of combinations, your the channels of ida and pinglas are basically invoked, exercise, and try to balance. So we are trying to balance ida and pingla. The another breathing exercise which is related to pulling up the energy upward. So you try to do some kind of movements, and basically you bring your alchemy upward. So it goes via all chakras actually. So it's like a pressure of pulling the energy upward. And another one which is very very important is in the breathing exercise is there are some patterns of breathe in, hold, breathe out, and hold. So what happens is during this particular breathe in, hold, and breathe out and hold, there is an internal pressure being developed, you know, and this pressure is basically try to cleanse your, the channels, try to open up certain, the gates. So there is a pressure build up in between actually. So when you are doing a breathe in, full breathe out, and hold, your Sushmana also gets open because of this kind of exercises. Because Sushmana requires a kind of pressure to open up. So this is one of the reason where you do this exercise, and of course it needs advancement. But then this kind of pressures you are basically creating with the breathing patterns. Now the third part is various is important for the focus. You're basically focusing on your various organs. What is important in yoga is basically brings you inward. So you it, for focus everything onto the inward side. So basically you're doing a meditation on your entire body, the physical part of it, and you are bringing the energy, and basically you're processing all those things. Because when you're meditating, you're basically focusing on your inner part energy, and at that time what happens is basically your mind is focusing onto those parts, and this is how those parts are basically getting evolved. So wherever you focus, your energy follows, so those parts are getting evolved. So these are the three things what you are doing it is basically putting you into a kind of transformational phase because of your physical movement, because of your breathing, all those exercises, and you are focusing. You are basically transforming yourself. So you go to the higher and higher levels of it with a repeated exercise. Of course, hold these things, doing all this yoga, you are basically focusing mostly onto your etheric side. Remember this. You have three bodies. One is the etheric body, emotional body, and mental body. But in doing all these things, you are meditating on your etheric side of your energy side of your, you know, uh, in your consciousnesses. So your etheric body is getting developed, and that is what is the energy is being, build up in your system. Yoga gives a boost in your energy. It gives a physical fitness, cleanse your physical body, clear lot of your channels, physical as well as consciousness channels, and basically keeping you, ready for your next, advancement. However, your emotional body and mental body, those are basically a kind of independent thing. Those are not basically related to this yoga practices as far as my understanding is concerned. Those emotional body and mental body related to a different kind of things, where the different kind of meditations are being used. Yoga is this meditations where you focus on your, all organs, health related things, and your energetic kind of, energy levels boosting up. This is what is a yoga which elevates, amplifies your etheric level, your energy level, which you can use. Thank you very much for watching our video. Hope you like it.